Welcome to Chasing Gold, the 2025 Black Canyon edition. I'm your host, Schuyler Hall, bringing you along with many of the featured athletes at this year's race taking place on February 8th. You can watch that live stream here on the Mountain Outpost channel as well. Today, bringing you a local legend who is hoping to just snag those golden tickets and have himself a day out there. Jordan Bramblett, how are you doing, sir?
Hi, I'm doing very well. How are you?
Hey, no complaints on my end. We are very intrigued by you as a person. You probably have the shortest commute to the start line of pretty much any competitor in the field. And you also have the wheels to get to the finish line and be back in bed at a reasonable time. Talk to us a bit about life up in the greater Prescott area. I know that you're an assistant coach at Embry-Riddle, but what's it like living in the area and having such close proximity to this Black Canyon course?
Yeah, to be honest, living in Prescott, it's awesome. So I actually live in what is called Paulden, which is a little bit further from Prescott. It's like 30 minutes, but I work in Prescott, and then the Black Canyon course is like an hour away from me. But my grandpa, he actually lives on Bob White Road, which is right next to the high school there.
Yeah.
And so I can just sleep at his house and train on the course. So that's been very nice lately. And like the mountains around Prescott, like they're beautiful, such good training there. And we're at altitude a bit, so I get to feel altitude that we're basically going to start at. And then after the race, I'll be able to go home and get a good night's sleep.
I love it. I love it. And we're going to dig into your training and how you've been preparing for this race. But I have to ask you the starter question that we've been asking all of our guests here on the Chasing Gold series. So I want you to put your imagination cap on and imagine that you are in an elevator with the head of your dream brand to work with. It could be running related or not. You got the head of marketing, the CEO in the elevator with you. What is your 30-second elevator pitch on why they should bet on you in 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, I'd say, hi, my name is Jordan Bramblett. I am a strong competitor. I am a lover of running. I am a child of God, and I believe you should count on me because I work hard and I just love what I do.
Awesome. Awesome. And you've been at least in love with the running thing for quite some time. Let's go back a little bit to your college days, at least. I noticed in doing some research that you were not just a track athlete in college. You were actually the NAIA marathon champion. Take us a little bit behind the scenes. The NAIA is different than the NCAA. What was it like being a part of the NAIA, broadly speaking, and then competing in the marathon while you were still in college?
Yeah, honestly, the NAIA was awesome. For you, those of you that don't know, it's for smaller schools that so it's not like the NCAA big stuff. And so I went to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Prescott, and we raced cross country, we raced track, and in track we have a very unique opportunity to run the marathon for nationals. And so in order to do that, you have to qualify, or back in my day, it's changed now, but in 2019 when I won it, we had to qualify for it using a half marathon. And then you had to go under, I think it was 1:15. Sorry, there are two standards. I forget the exact times, but yeah, you had to qualify for it using the half marathon. And then you got to run in Gulf Shores, Alabama, which was very hot and humid during May for the national championship for the marathon. And 2019 is the year I won it. I also ran it in 2018 and I got 7th. But yeah, I was so thankful that the NAIA had the marathon because I'm definitely a lot better at the long distance stuff. And so that was just it was nice to be able to go out there and like show people what I could do and be competitive and win it. So that was probably one of my bigger highlights so far.
For sure. How did you get drawn to that half marathon and marathon distance? Was that a conversation with your coach? Were you someone who in high school was just like, I just love long runs and let's just keep it going? Like, how does one just fall into marathoning at such a young age?
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I in high school I hated like the marathon or the thought of doing a marathon. I always thought I would be like a 1 mile guy. And then but like I would do like 13-mile runs pretty quick, 14-mile runs pretty quick in high school. And then I got into college and we would routinely do like 15-mile runs, 16, 20-mile runs. And like, I'm like, oh, I'm actually kind of good at this. And then during college for track, I had gotten to nationals in the 5K my sophomore year. And then my junior year, I was just having a tough year. Things weren't clicking and I wasn't going to be making it to nationals. And so as a sort of spur of the moment decision, I decided to ask my coach to be like, Coach, I know I'm good at this longer stuff. Can I try to run a half marathon to qualify for the marathon at nationals? And he's like, yeah, if you qualify, we'll do this. I had like a week of training before the marathon or the half marathon. And I ran 1:12:39 and I qualified. And then I had like 3 weeks until nationals to prepare for the marathon. And we didn't change much. I just did more like steady runs. Mm-hmm. And so I got there to Gulf Shores on marathon day and I felt good and like things clicked really well. And I was able to get 7th in All-American. And it was sort of just like not being as good at the 5K sort of spurred me to go up to that marathon. And it was nice that the NAIA was able to have it.
For sure. And, luckily you have more than a 3-week training block for Black Canyon. So that's going well for you at the moment. Let's talk about your 2024. You really popped on the scene. You had a 12th place at the Speed Goat 50K, just a tad over 6 hours. What has this renaissance to the trails been like? Has this been something you've been planning for a while, or did you just fall into it? How does one end up crushing it at Speed Goat and now finding themselves on the Black Canyon start line?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't fully think that I was going to go to trails. When I had graduated college, I really wanted to make it to the Olympic trials in the marathon. And man, I tried so hard. I just kept failing. And my college coach, which I had been volunteering there for a while. And so he's like, Jordan, you're going to be good at trail stuff. You should go do a trail race. And I'm just like, no, I want to be fast at the marathon. And he's just like, come on, you got to do it. And so finally I missed the Olympic trials qualifier and I got injured the end of 2023. And I was just like, okay, let's get healthy. And then let's go see what the trails are like. And so in the beginning of 2024, I decided to do my first 50K. And that was at the Mesquite Canyon 50K over near the Phoenix area. And I won it. And I was like, oh, wow, maybe I could be good at this. And so it's just like brought a piece to me too that marathon training hasn't. It's like nice being in the mountains, nice just going for a long run and not worrying about anything. So that's sort of what has brought me to trail racing.
Enlighten us a little bit about that notion of peace. Aravaipa is not only the race directing company for Black Canyon, but Mesquite Canyon as well. They have races up in that Prescott area with Whiskey Basin. So, folks who are in the circuit with Aravaipa are very familiar with the trails up there. Were you training on trails at all while you were in your marathon build for the last, 5-6 years? Or as you came out of this injury cycle, you were like, oh, let me go put my feet on dirt and see what happens?
Oh, yeah. I've trained on the trails basically all my life. In high school, we had really good trails. In college, Embry-Riddle is like right next to Willow Lake and Watson Lake and the Circle Trail.
Yep.
In Prescott. So we would train on there basically every day, other than like our track sessions and our threshold sessions. So I've been on the trails for a long time, and they have always brought me peace, but I just never thought that I would want to go that way. But it's like, I'm glad that I did.
Hey, absolutely. And we're glad to have you on the start line for Black Canyon. Let's talk about this training block specifically. I know that you just ran the San Tan Scramble a few weeks ago, and you took the W there, 3 hours and 30 minutes on what is not the fastest course that's down in the Phoenix area. Talk to us about how that 50K factored into your training block, and how you see that scaling towards the Black Canyon 100K.
Yeah, I was so glad that I was able to get into the San Tan race. I had, in my build up, I had planned to do a couple longer runs. So I was planning to do 3 long runs on the Black Canyon Trail. And so I did my first one on the trail. I did 37 miles. And then I was going to do like a 40 miler and then like a 50 miler. But I got invited to run on the San Tan Scramble race by Bryce. And so I decided to use that as one of like, just come down a little bit from big training just to see like where the legs were and how the fitness was going. And so I got to race week, tapered a little bit for it, probably like 3-4 days before, and got to race day. And man, I felt amazing. Fueling went really well. Pacing went really well. I had a buddy, not a buddy, but there was a guy in the race that went out really hard. And so I just went out really hard with him. And that sort of set the pace for the rest of the race. And like, honestly, it was one of my better races ever, because like it just felt good the whole time. And like fueling was the best it's ever been. And I could have probably done a little bit better on hydration, because I got to the last water stop and I was really thirsty. And so, but other than that, like, oh, it was just a good day out there. And like the views were so beautiful out there at the San Tan. So just makes everything so nice.
Talk to us a bit about the lessons learned. You said that the hydration is a point of emphasis that you learned from. How are you planning on scheduling your nutrition, scheduling your hydration for Black Canyon?
Yeah, so I learned a lot from the San Tan race. I think I need a mix of electrolytes and like normal water, like separate. And so for the Black Canyon race, I'm going to have a handheld that's about 500 milliliters, and that'll be a carb mix with electrolytes in it. And then at my, like in between long sections, like I'll probably get a drink of water at 12 miles at that aid station, and then a drink of like normal water at the 24-ish mile aid station, and then the same at like the 46-mile aid stations. And then I'll be switching out bottles at my crew aid stations, and just making sure that I'm getting like drinking every like 15-ish minutes with my handheld. And so, yep, that's sort of my plan.
For sure. Talk to us a bit about the crew and the coaching behind you. I mean, you're relatively new to the scene. This will be your longest race to date at this point. So who are you learning from? Where are you getting information and resources from? And who's going to be helping you along the course on race day?
Yeah, so I am self-trained, so I don't really have a coach. I bounce a lot of ideas off my college coach, who I work with. He's the main coach now, still at Embry-Riddle. And so basically what I've done is I've taken the marathon training, and I've dialed it back a little bit to where I don't do as many hard threshold runs. And I focus a lot more on like the zone 2 and just getting really aerobically fit. And then on race day, I'm going to have, so my coach, the college coach, he'll be pacing me for a little bit of it. I'll have one of my athletes, he'll help pace me for the last 10 miles. And then my wife, who is pregnant, so she'll do as much as she can, but she'll be at the crew aid stations providing me with my bottles and any like cooling down needs that I'll need. So
Awesome. Well, congrats on the forthcoming child. Got to ask, you talk about the college coach that you worked with, and now you are under his employment, I guess the best way to frame it. And you have the athletes at Embry-Riddle that you're also coaching. How are they factoring into your training, your strength? Are you getting to work out with them a lot, or are you spending a lot of time on your own as you've been training for Black Canyon?
Oh, the athletes at Embry-Riddle have been helping so much. Like their focus is like the 5-10K. And so it's really nice. I've been able to do most of my workouts with them. So they'll do a workout. We've been a lot of just age training right now. So we do a lot of just threshold workouts. So we'll do a threshold workout Monday, threshold workout Wednesday, long run Saturday usually. And so I run just about everything with them. In the afternoons, I run by myself all the time. And that's when I'll get like a double session, like threshold session in if I need, or get like a lot longer run in if I need. So, but they've been helping me a lot with like maintaining my speed while still building that volume for the 60 or the 100K. So.
Absolutely. Hey, got to have that balance. So good to hear that you have a crew that you can key off of and work with. And as you alluded to, your family unit, that crew at home is going to be expanding relatively soon. So should you get a golden ticket here to Western, recognizing that a child is on the way, one, would you take the golden ticket? Like, how does the timing align for that? And two, how does the forthcoming child sort of factor into your plans for the rest of 2025?
Yeah, so if I was able to get a golden ticket, I would definitely accept it. I've been talking to my wife, and she'll be able to take about 3 months leave from work. So I'll still be able to train. Like, I'm definitely going to have to find different ways to like work around the tiredness and all that baby stuff. But she gave me the okay to train if I make it to Western States. She should be not going back to work by the time that Western State comes, so she'll be able to come with me and everything. So I would definitely take the golden ticket. And what was the other question? Sorry.
And just how does it factor into your plans for the rest of 2025? Are you assuming Western States was in the cards? Does that then mean that you're taking a little break on the back half and holding down the home fort, or just how does having a child shake up the rest of your year?
Yeah, so it definitely changes stuff. Having the child, I might not be able to race as much, but I'll probably try to do more local races that will be easy to bring the baby with me and my wife. And then I have wanted to do, it's still hard to know what I want to do at the end of the year, since I don't know how well I'll be able to train with the baby. I know I'll be able to train well, but I don't know all the factors. So I haven't exactly put a race into the end of the year. So I'm sort of just, what is it?
You're feeling it out.
I'm going to feel it out. Yeah, I'm going to feel it out and see how it comes. If I can get into some good races, I will. But if I can just get into some local races, that's still going to be amazing. So,
hey, and those aren't mutually exclusive. There are definitely some good local races to be in.
Exactly.
Up to the 100, just hop down to Javelina in October. We can definitely figure out a way to make that happen for you.
Exactly.
Have you already invested in a jogging stroller? We have to ask,
Yes, I have a Thule jogging stroller, so I will be using that a lot. But I do need a new treadmill. So
sponsors, this is your man.
Yes.
Hit Jordan up. All right.
Exactly.
We're gonna hop over to the quick mix questions, just 5 top of the dome fast questions for you here at the end. Jordan, are you ready?
I am.
All right. Question number one, what is going to be your shoe of choice at Black Canyon?
I'm going to wear the uh, Saucony Ride Trail 2s.
All right. Question number two, because we need more hype in trail running, what would be your walkout song to the start line?
Probably Johnny Cash, Hurt. Like, I hurt myself today to see if I still feel.
Very prescient. I respect it. Question number three, if you had an unlimited budget for a month-long training camp, where would you spend that month and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably I would go to somewhere in the Alps, maybe like Chamonix or something, and just run as many mountains as I could. Oh, that would be cool.
Awesome. Question number four, if we were turning Black Canyon into a two-person relay, think three-legged race, which of your competitors would you tie yourself to? And any particular rationale why?
Yeah, I would probably tie myself to Ryan Raff. He's really fast. I trained with him a little bit when he came up here a couple months ago, and he's just a cool guy to hang out with.
Right on. And this race, the Black Canyon 100K, is going to be live streamed here on the Mountain Outpost channel, and there's always folks in the live chat trying to show love. What emoji do you want your supporters to just spam into the live stream chat on race day?
Ooh, the strong legs chat, the strong legs emoji.
Love it. Love it. All right. So all you guys at home, you know what to do. Hit the strong legs emoji in that live stream chat here on the Mountain Outpost channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below and then hit that bell. You'll get notified when we go live on race day. So you can follow Jordan and all of his competitors as they make their way down the Black Canyon Trail. Jordan, any last words for our viewers at home?
I just want to say thank you for inviting me onto the interview, and I'm so excited to go put my name in the runnings for that golden ticket.
Absolutely, and we are super excited to follow you along the journey. So thanks for joining us today. This has been Chasing Gold. I'm Schuyler Hall. Until next time, see you guys later.